Hello YouTube, the Jersey Shark here. Sorry it's been a while since my last upload, but this is going to be a video I always like to do every year. Although I don't think I did one for last year's convention, but going to share with you guys my haul from this year's TooManyGames, which happened this past weekend in Oaks, Pennsylvania. My friend Kevin and I have been going every year since I want to say 2021 was our first year. And there was only one year where we didn't go all 3 days, and that's because both of us could not get off from work for all 3 days. But this year was bigger than ever before. The convention has grown so much that they had to move the concerts to a separate venue, which was really interesting. And I did have a plan for this convention that I did not stick to within 30 minutes of day one, but that's okay. I still got some cool stuff and a couple games I did really want, so that's nice. And I did get the one autograph, which is why you see this my slash Harpy Lady mat as the background for this video, because Erica Schroeder was a late addition to the guest list for this year's TooManyGames, and finally got this playmat signed. I meant to do that, I think 2024 when she was there last, and I didn't, but I was very happy to get this signed. Had a great conversation with her as well, which is awesome. And yeah, that's the one and only autograph I received, or not received, but the one and only autograph I really wanted to get. It was cool how they had more YouTubers than previous years. You had Sam from Rad Junk, you had Retro Rick, you had Metal Jesus Rocks, John Riggs, 8-Bit Guy. Of course, AVGN was there, like he is pretty much every year. You had Scott the Waz, the Runaway Guys minus Nintendo Capri Sun. You had J-Moji, you had the Spawncast, bunch of others as well that I'm missing. But it's amazing how much this convention just keeps growing year after year. And this was definitely the most packed I've seen it, especially for day one, which was crazy. And there were still deals to be had and everything. But other than buying a modded Game Boy Advance and my usual purchase from Respawn Records, my plan this year was to collect a little bit more for the Wii U, Dreamcast, Switch games that I regretted selling in the past, and then some PlayStation games I had my eye on for the PlayStation 2 and 3, which I forgot to make lists of. And then there were certain Wii U games I forgot if I had or not, so I didn't buy those. But thankfully, all but one Wii U game I still want to purchase are on the cheaper side. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it for my, that was it for my plan. Didn't really see a lot of Dreamcast, which was a little bummed about, but it's alright. I knew that was going to be a little harder to collect for. And then the games I did see were, the prices were, whatchamacallit. I'm going to say the prices were high, but that's been the case with the Dreamcast for a while now. But anyway, enough of that. Let me get into the pickups. Which I'll start off with the non-video game purchases first. And then here's the tag for this year. It was Pikmin themed this year, which was pretty cool. And then with my 3-day pass, I did buy the pin bundle, So this was this year's pin. I know last year it was Rob, which was awesome. And then I did get this free keychain as well, with the mascots, with the convention mascots and Pikmin. And then one of the indie game, I'm gonna say booths, but I'm gonna say one of the indie games that we were able to demo at TooManyGames gave out free keychains. I don't know if it's pronounced Rolf or Rolf. It's spelt like the name Rolf, but the game is golf related, and it is spelt like golf, just an R instead of a G. That was a very fun indie game, though. And they gave out these neat little keychains. Yeah, my friend Kevin and I had a lot of fun playing that game as well as the others. And I have to say, they really stepped it up with the indie game showcase this year. There were, I think, not even exaggerating, when there were over 40 indie games at the convention. And that's, well, at the convention and then also on Steam. There was a section on Steam for the TooManyGames Indie Game Showcase. And there was an awards show as well. Didn't really do a lot of panels this year. Did do thrown controllers, which is always a treat. Unfortunately, I was not, my number was not selected, but still, always fun to be part of that. I know they couldn't live stream it this year, but they did mention they will eventually upload it to their YouTube. Last year they were able to stream it, though. And then the other non-video game related item, besides the finals, are these dice. These custom dice, which are really cool. And it does also function as an amiibo. Thought that was neat. But yeah, these are Mario Party style dice that are obviously Daisy themed. And I'll just do a quick roll for you guys. Since these are lightweight, they do travel pretty far, as you can see. What do we get there? 5. So I just thought this was a neat little novelty that I can use at locals. So next time I've Gundam locals, I'll be using these. I was gonna say this Saturday, but I forgot this Saturday is actually 4th of July. So the only vinyl I bought, because what was nice with Respawn Records this year is you were able to pick out a free vinyl with your purchase. This one I've been eyeing for a long time. I don't know why I didn't buy this years prior, but I bought R-Wing Odyssey. This was the last one they had available. This was not available on their website anymore either. And this is the limited Venom variant, which is the one I wanted more anyway. So that was nice. And I know this one you can listen to on Spotify, which is really cool. It's what was it, like a prog metal version of the Star Fox 64 soundtrack. I am annoyed that my copy of Star Fox has not arrived yet. And then for my free vinyl, there were a few choices. I could have gone with World of Goo, but I went with what I later found out was Wizard 101. And I purposely went with this one because it is a dev team copy. That's something that's not really always available. And as the Respawn Records booth described it, or explained it, they said that's it's just a neat exclusive vinyl. But there's the artwork. I couldn't tell what this was at first, and then when I read the back and saw that it was Wizard 101, I said, yeah, okay, I'll get this. It was between that or World of Goo. The World of Goo was the green variant. I know on the website the only one that's available, and it's on sale for $15, is the clear Goo. Not sponsored by Respawn Records or anything like that. Obviously, I love their vinyls. That's why I always buy at least one vinyl from their booth every year. I was going to buy the Extreme G vinyl as well, but they didn't have the variant I wanted, and that one is still available on the website, so that's good. Now for the games. Should I do the modded 3DS first? Not 3DS, modded Game Boy Advance first? Yeah, we'll do that first. This I knew was going to be my first purchase from the convention, and I had no regrets. This was from Tenacity, so it came in this nice box. Came with a sticker. Did come with a charger, which is nice. And then I guess this is... yeah, business card with their link tree. I'm guessing that's what the QR code is for. And then this was the little case it came with. And then here is the Game Boy Advance with this really cool color weave. Or not color wave, but I love this color combination. The mint green with the orange. Absolutely love it. And then I'll turn this on and showcase. Obviously, backlit screen. That's why you buy these. New speaker, USB-C rechargeable battery. I love these L&R triggers. And then we have... I think the buttons are new too. And then that's where I left off with in this game. So I'll just play a little bit to showcase you guys the Game Boy Advance. That's it on max volume. So it is pretty loud. We'll just get into some, we'll get into gameplay here first. Not gonna save, because I'm just gonna... okay, I just want to get to the, combat here. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button to skip the dialogue. It's been that long since I've played this game. Can we just get to the gameplay? Alright. I didn't think it'd take this long to get to the gameplay. My apologies. There we go. Okay. Alright. Cool. I should have just played Emerald. That's another thing I did. I did get the battery on my Pokemon Emerald replaced. Alright, I guess we won't really get to see the combat in this, but yeah, you guys get the gist of the Game Boy Advance there. I probably wasted like a whole couple minutes just trying to showcase gameplay. My bad. But yeah, one of the booths that does sell reproduction cartridges also did battery replacements. So I no longer have a dry battery in my Pokemon Emerald cartridge. Thank goodness. And now we'll move on to the games, which I unintentionally bought all Switch games. Again, that was not my initial plan. The first two were two Switch games I was really hunting for, and these two being games I regret selling in the past. First one here is Astral Chain. Surprised this game isn't more expensive, but I loved this game, and I can't wait to replay it again. And I will have to start from the beginning. I did pop this into my Switch 2 to make sure it worked, and yeah, my old save data wasn't there, which I'm glad, because I did want to start the game over. And then the next one is the Octopath Traveler 1 and 2 bundle. I did have these both on the Switch when they released. And my initial plan was to buy this copy and then buy the Steelbook for 2 and put that cartridge in there. But after opening this up on the inside and seeing that it had a reversible cover, I said, forget about the Steelbook. I'll just swap the covers. But I'm very happy to have this. And I didn't realize after the fact that the booth I bought this from was from one of the Facebook groups I'm in, which is Retro City Video Games. So that was pretty cool. There's that. And then the third and final used game I bought was the cheapest Switch 2 game I could find. I was hoping to find either Mario Tennis Fever or Mario Kart World for a discounted price, and I did find Mario Tennis Fever for $55. So glad I finally have this to play and add it to the collection. This is only my 5th Switch 2 title. My other ones being Kirby Air Riders, Yoka Replay Lee, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and Pokemon Legends ZA, which I have to buy a case for because unfortunately my copy from GameStop did not come with the case, which I kind of expected since me and thousands of others bought it used off their website when it was as low as $30. Now for all the other Switch games. This one I actually had saved on eBay. Or I had this on my watch list on eBay for years, and I didn't even realize that I had this game on my watch list on eBay until Tuesday. I'm recording this Tuesday night, but it is going to be Wednesday when I upload this. Free agency opens for NHL. So that's going to be crazy. But this is Crystal Crisis. And I found this for $24.99. Which is cheaper than eBay, actually. I do love my puzzle games, and this one is like very similar to what was it? Is it Super Puzzle Fighter? Is that the name of it? It's that Street Fighter Capcom puzzle fighting game from the Super Nintendo era. Thought that was pretty cool, and this does come with a puzzle cube. And I believe this is the only Switch game I bought sealed that does not include a steelbook. That was, again, unintentional, but glad that was still there on day 2 when I saw it. Next up is actually the last game I got at the convention. And actually, our friend Jimmy, who actually met up with Kevin and I on Sunday, was kind enough to get this game for me. He's been interested in a lot of the games in my collection that I'm offloading. So he did pick up this game for me, and then he'll just take it off from however much he buys from my personal collection. But that is Trails in the Sky first chapter. But this is the Steelbook edition, which is the one I really wanted. And then when second chapter releases, I have to get the Steelbook for that as well. But I'm so excited to play this game. I never played the original. I did have a PSP back then. I just never really saw this game or never thought to buy it back then. So looking forward to finally playing through this. I'm going to open this off. I'm going to open this after the video. I don't think I need to do unboxings for any of these, really, because I feel at this point you guys know what's inside of them. But I haven't opened them yet until I did this video. Which I did delay a day. But that's okay. But yeah, none of those are staying sealed, obviously. Next up, I was either gonna buy this game or what is it? Neon Inferno, I believe, one of the retroware games. Which, by the way, if you are looking to buy any of the retroware games, they still have them on their website for retail. Don't pay $70+ for a copy on eBay. But I thought long and hard, and I went with Golden Force instead. Since this is the limited, or not just because this is the limited edition, I couldn't pass up on the $34.99 price for this. And this is a game that was on my radar for a while. And no, I did not buy this from the VGNY booth. And this one's numbered 1226 of 2000. So this does come with a steelbook, certificate of authenticity, numbered feature pack, and a magnetic coin. And the magnetic coin is housed in the steelbook, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this just looked like a fun retro 2D I don't want to say beat 'em up. I don't want to say side scroller, but we know what type of games I mean. Yeah, really excited to finally play through this one. And then the last game, which I didn't even know this game existed, but I love this anime series. So when I saw this at the Video Games New York booth, they are there every year. It's one of the, I think it's one of the only conventions they actually vend at, and they always kill it with the imports. Like if you're ever looking for imports, they're your go-to spot. Yeah, I didn't know there was a Macross Switch game, so when I saw this, yeah, I had to have it. This thing has a lot of weight to it. I didn't even know what this included until I looked it up. But I know there's coins in here. There's a soundtrack. I think there's actually a trading card as well. So you get a lot of goodies in this. But I absolutely adore Macross, and I love how this has multiple series in it. I don't have many shmups in my collection, but it's Macross. How can you not? And they had this for $90, which again is cheaper than what I saw on eBay. And then the Trails in the Sky First was from Just Press Play. That's one of the local shops that's always at TooManyGames. They had it for 105. Was able to get it for 100. Couldn't beat that price either. I thought that was solid. And yeah, that's all my pickups. So I'll just show everything again real quick. I can't wait to finally unwrap or unbox all these games. Again, I didn't expect to go all Switch, and I did, for the most part, stick to my budget. I did go a little over, but if I did have a bigger budget, definitely would have had a handful of Wii U games. Probably would have bought a Game Boy Advance game or two. Complete in box, obviously. But yeah, other than that, next year, I'm just going to make sure I'm not overwhelmed by all the vendors. I mean, I shouldn't be at this point because of how many years I've gone, but yeah, just stick to my plan more for next year. and focus on one or two consoles instead of multiple. That's one of the biggest advices I can give to anybody going to a convention. But that is going to do it for this video. I'm actually surprised that this is not a 40+ minute long video. I'm proud of myself for getting it under 30 minutes. And you know I'm going to have so much fun with this. I am so happy about this. I have no regrets. And what I should have done is compared it to a regular Game Boy Advance. But here's my older Game Boy Advance, which doesn't even have a battery cover. And then here's the modded ones. Buttons feel better in my opinion. I just love the tactile L&R buttons. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys, as always, for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.